If there's one show that I could say that had a major influence on Cartoon Network, it's definitely Steven Universe. Honestly, when this show first came out, it caused a major uproar about how simply great it was, entering our minds into the world of Beach City, as well as the Crystal Gems and Steven himself. Honestly, this show has a lot of memorable moments, as well as a lot of memorable characters. You have Garnet, Amethyst, Pearl, and Steven, as well as a vast of other notable characters. But there's only one character in particular that I want to talk about today, and that is Lars with his brand new upcoming show, Lars of the Stars. And if you know me, I am simply excited to see this show being made. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Once again, my name is AnimaTD, and I want to thank you so much for tuning into this brand new video. Now, I know this news was announced a while back, but I simply cannot stop thinking about how great this show is going to be. If there's one character that had the greatest redemption arc in all of the Steven Universe franchise, I gotta say, it's definitely Lars himself. From being one of the side story characters in the show, to now becoming one of the main characters, being now known for his redemption, to being now the leader of the Off Colors, was an idea that I don't think anyone expected, but still, I am simply all aboard for this brand new show. Honestly, Lars wasn't really a character that I was fond of when the show first came out. In fact, one of my favorite characters from the show was actually Peridot, because I like the idea that she was the first Homeworld gem that we actually got to be introduced to essentially being a main antagonist, to later becoming a crystal gem herself. Honestly, I simply love that character a lot. But Lars simply was a character that I don't think really anybody cared about. Lars was pretty much being known for just simply getting annoyed at Steven and really just running the donut shop in Beach City. He had a great few episodes here and there, but I don't think anyone necessarily cared until Lars was brought to Homeworld and basically died to become the person that he is now, which is of course being the leader of the Off Colors. Honestly, the idea of an Off Colors side series is such a great and interesting idea, and I know a lot of people wanted that for a long time, myself included. Getting the chance to really see them shine in Steven Universe future was also something that I was really hoping to see more of, but it really didn't deliver a lot. But now that we have a brand new series that's going to be talking more about Lars as well as the Off Colors, as well as the unexplored secrets of the Fallen Gem Empire, I gotta say, this is something I'm really excited to talk about. The spinoff was announced by creator Rebecca Sugar at the Annecy Animation Film Festival. This series will stream on Amazon Prime Video and will follow Lars as well as the Off Colors as they explore the galaxy, smuggle contraband, and uncover secrets of the Fallen Gem Empire. The good thing about this is that it's not necessarily a spin-off series, but more so a sequel series that picks up after the events of Steven Universe Future, continuing the story after the main series concluded. This series, of course, will center around Lars and his experiences as captain of a pirate spaceship, as well as his fellow crewmates. The fact that we get to dive deeper into the hidden lore of the Fallen Gem Empire is a really interesting topic, since there wasn't really much more that we got when the original series aired. Like, what secrets lie ahead? If the diamonds created the gems that we all know about, as well as the gems on Homeworld, then who created the diamonds? And honestly, what else can we expect to see from this series? Well, luckily, that's what we're here to talk about today. Now, as we know, Lars went through a gradual change throughout the series, and we now know him as the glorious space captain traveling with his crew throughout space. Diving back into the original series, during the episode Off Colors, Lars essentially dies protecting Steven from one of the Homeworld gem security bots. During that episode, after Steven and Lars are essentially kidnapped from Earth and brought to Homeworld only to escape in the previous episode, we are introduced to the Off Colors, a group of unaligned gems who present abnormal physique, behavior, or abilities and have been deemed defective by Homeworld. Of course, the Off Colors are Rhodonite, Fluorite, Paparacha, as well as the Rutile twins. Of course, basically looking at them, you can see that they aren't exactly like the Homeworld gems that we already know about. Although their looks might be a little bit off-putting, they simply fit the vibe of being part of this ragtag team of Lars's crew. Of course, we are also introduced to other characters that aren't exactly part of the Off Colors crew, but are to be a known enemy of them, such as Emerald, who essentially Lars and his crew stole a ship from her and essentially are just traveling around in the stolen ship, which I think is really funny, and I really do hope we get to see more of Emerald, because that idea is just simply awesome to me. With the show's plot being essentially centered around discovering the secrets of the Fallen Gem Empire, I honestly do hope that while they're traveling, we get to see more off-color gems. Like, I would like to see brand new characters that haven't been introduced into the series as of yet, and maybe even add them along to the crew themselves. Like, there's a lot of gems that aren't necessarily considered canon to the show, but I would like to see gems that were introduced in the Save the Light game eventually be brought into this universe, because it would totally fit everything that goes on with it. Which, by the way, Save the Light and all the other Steven Universe games are essentially really great games, and I highly do recommend that you play them. The Steven Universe games introduced us brand new characters that aren't necessarily canon to the whole entire Steven Universe franchise, but I would like to see characters like Hessenite become part of the Steven Universe canon, only because I think that she's a cool commander as well, and seeing her in more of an animation aspect would be really cool. Also, I'm throwing this in there, I would like to see more of Squaredot and just hopefully have some sort of interaction with her, with Peridot in the show, because they have a little bit of back and forth within the game. And honestly, I think that's one of the best parts about the entire game. And I would just love to see more Squaredot and Peridot in this show. I think it'd be really cool. But I do hope we get introduced to brand new characters, as well as see characters that we already know and love be brought into the Lars of the Stars show. Small cameos here and there would be really cool, but I would like to see more of Spinel, since she's essentially really only known for being in the movie and only having a minor role within the Steven Universe future show. Not to mention, I would love to see small cameos of the original Crystal Gems make an appearance within the show, and maybe they could even help Lars and the crew uncover more secrets within Homeworld. Although Garnet, Pearl, and Amethyst might not be essentially much help, I can see characters like Lapis or even Peridot help the crew because they're very knowledgeable about Homeworld since the other Crystal Gems have been on Earth for so many years. Peridot is essentially the Crystal Gems database for anything that is Homeworld related. Although she might have been the last batch of gems that have been produced by Homeworld, she exactly has a lot of knowledge about knowing how Homeworld has been functioning over the past eons. So seeing her essentially make a cameo appearance within the show would make a lot of sense to me. Another weird possibility would be honestly the diamonds themselves. Although I think it's highly unlikely that either yellow, white, or blue would make a small cameo appearance within the show, I think that they do themselves have a lot of greater knowledge than any other gem in the universe. Like I said earlier, no one really knows exactly where the diamonds come from and who essentially made them. Like, were they beings that already existed throughout time? Or did an even greater entity create the diamonds to uphold the Homeworld's essential takeover of the universe? There are a lot of theories online talking about this, and honestly, I might dive into it in a later video, but honestly, for right now, I just want to focus more on Lars and the crew themselves. Again, there's so much history within the diamonds themselves that I know for a fact we can make another video here later on, but I need to focus more on trying to figure out what can make that work. I do expect a video in the future. Now, obviously, with Lars of the Stars being an Amazon Prime exclusive show, it does have the possibility of probably being a multi-season show. I really don't see this to be a one-season show, only because of the fact that the Steven Universe franchise is massive, and with so much that could be talked about within the Steven Universe lore itself, I feel like this could be a multi-season show for sure. There's so many secrets that I feel like could be unlocked with more seasons besides just one season in itself. I do see this show having more seasons come out in the later future. I still feel like seeing more of Lars and the off-colors have their chance to have their shine in the limelight is something that I feel like a lot of people want to see. I honestly feel like Lars of the Stars itself is going to be such a great show for sure, because to me it gives off a somewhat weird Guardians of the Galaxy vibe, and trust me, I'm a huge Marvel nerd, so seeing that kind of be brought into two franchises to make one show is pretty cool in my personal opinion. I'm excited to see what Rebecca Sugar has in store for this show, and honestly I can't wait to see more of it. There hasn't been an announcement or a release date yet, but just know we're going to be simply here anxiously waiting to see when this show is going to premiere. And guys, I will say when the show comes out, we are definitely going to be making more videos about it for sure. Again, I can't honestly wait to see when this show comes out, and I really can't wait to talk more about it because I'm such a huge Steven Universe fan, and seeing a Lars of the Stars show being made after years of waiting for something related to this to be talked about, come on. That's worth the time to talk about for sure. Before I ramble on too much, guys, I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about this brand new announcement for the brand new Steven Universe show, Lars of the Stars? Is this a project that you wanted for years to come out? Or was this something that you honestly didn't really care about in general? And what are some theories that you've seen online that you would like to become a reality? Like, would you like to know more about the Diamonds lore? Would you like to see more fusions as well as more off colors? Let me know your thoughts. Guys, that is going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And once again, if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turn on notifications for brand new videos coming to you very soon. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up this video. Once again, if you haven't heard it already, my name is AnimaTD, and I hope that you guys go on ahead and tune in next time.